What's up, guys, and welcome back to, well, career mode. It's been absolutely ages. Absolutely ages since I had this last on. It's been, what, like 3.5 months? Maybe not that long. Well, I don't know, I can't remember. It's been quite a while, at least 3 months. So, this is going to be pretty much a learning, like a remembering course for me as well as to what's actually happened so far. So we're into, I think, our second season as the mighty Imps, aka Lincoln City, and well, we're doing not too badly. I think we have a look at the table. If the game will ever come back. If we look at our table, where are we? Oh, it's not the right table. It's the FA Cup. That's not what we're wanting. There we go, that's the table we're wanting. So as you can see, we're sitting top, but only on goal difference. So Barnsley are actually equal with us on points. So yeah, it's pretty tight up there. Then we've got Millwall 4 points behind us and Barnsley. Bradford are quite a distance, considerable distance back from them. That's 7 points back. And then Bristol and Rotherham are 4 points behind Bradford. So it's looking like we're pretty well secured for promotion this season, or at least secured for a playoff place. I don't think we'll drop out of that. It would have to be some absolutely terrible run. But then again, I've not played this in 3 months, so who knows? Maybe we're capable of that bad a run. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. And at the bottom of the table, we've got Bury sitting down there on 22 points. Cambridge also on 22 points. And then Wimbledon 29 points, and Oldham Athletic on 30. Burton Albion down there 30 points as well, just out of relegation, as is Peterborough, on goal difference. So Oldham in there with quite a poor goal difference, but yeah, it's looking pretty tight down there. It's only, what, all the way up to 16th is only 5 points. I mean, all the way up to 17th is only 3 points out of the relegation zone. So yeah, it's looking pretty tight down there. When you look at some of the, like, for instance, Mansfield, 5 points clear, but their goal difference is pretty poor compared to the teams around them. They're minus 10. And then you've got Doncaster, who are actually positive 1, and yet they're still in 15th. So even though they've not been doing too badly in terms of goals conceded and goals scored, they've not been doing too well in terms of points. Seem to be drawing quite a lot of their games. But yeah, that's the table. We're sitting pretty well positioned, and if you can see, we were in the FA Cup, which I don't even think we're not even able to see what's going on because the early rounds, the Carabao Cup, or whatever it's called these days, Carabao Cup is it's progressed. Chelsea Southampton final, we were nowhere in that. I can't remember what happened. Got knocked out at some point somewhere along the line. Can't remember. So yeah, that's us. Not in that, but in the FA Cup we're still carrying on, and I think we're playing against Brighton, I think, is it? Yeah, let's see, what was it? Yeah, Brighton. So yeah, should be a pretty tough game. I wouldn't expect it to be too easy, but I think we're capable of beating them, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, we're into transfer deadline day, and we'll see what's going on. So first of all, Oscar, who at some point moved to Barcelona, can't remember when that happened, but he some point moved to Barcelona, has now been bought by Manchester United for £60.6 million. 60.6. That's more than Chelsea sold him. Like, he went to China for less than that. But anyway, that's pretty hefty. Naby Keita has moved to Juve from Red Bull Leipzig for 53.8 million, which is also hefty, and I'm pretty sure more than Liverpool are paying for him. And Socrates Papastadopoulos, get that name right, is moved to Man City for 51.8 million. Hefty deal, absolutely hefty deal. Actually, I had a look the other day. Our transfer history is pretty well minimum. In our entire career, that's all the transfers we've had. That's all the transfers. That's like, I think that's only outgoing transfers, because we've had incoming as well, but that's all the outgoing transfers that we've had. Not too many, but we have made some decent money. This lad we sold, I think that was this transfer. Was it this transfer? Yeah, this transfer window. Sold him a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago even, for £520,000, which is not too bad, given that we're only got about $1 million to play with, so that's half of our transfer budget right there. And yeah, we got rid of this boy on a free. Can't remember. I think we used him as a trade for somebody else. Oh no, this is all of our transfers, I think. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, we had a couple of centre backs we brought in for pretty hefty money in the summer, yeah, that's pretty much been it. That's pretty much been everything that we've done this year, or last year and a half. Not much in the way of transfers, but in terms of all the transfers, there's been quite a lot going on. So you can see the some of the deals that have gone through, and there's some very interesting things that have happened. Actually, interestingly, on my Chelsea career, on I think FIFA 2017, I think it was last year, I had a Chelsea career. I actually signed that boy as well, because he's got pretty decent potential, that Berardi boy from Sassuolo. So yeah, he's pretty decent, although his skill rating is lacks something a little bit. I think he's pretty good, he's pretty quick, and he's got pretty decent ball control, but he's only like 3-star skills, which kind of is a bit annoying, a little bit annoying. You kind of like, if you can get somebody who's in that 4-star skill move rating when they're a winger, pretty good. That's you're onto a winner with them. But yeah, some interesting deals. Riyad Mahrez to Bayern for 36.6. Pretty much pocket change compared to what Riyad Mahrez is, or what Leicester are looking for Riyad Mahrez at the moment. They're wanting like 100 million in reality, but yeah, we'll bash our way through the transfer deadline day and see if anything ridiculous happens, but it's January, so probably not. PSG have signed Karim Benzema for 46 million pounds. That's I suppose it's alright. I don't know who Real Madrid have got to replace him, but I'm sure they probably won't miss him too much, especially for 46 million. It's probably a pretty decent bit of business there. Aguero has gone to Tottenham for 54 million. Tottenham, are you taking the mick? Why would you sell him to like one of your Premier League rivals? Like, really? You could have just sold him to Real Madrid. They just got rid of a striker. They're probably looking for one, and you sell him to Tottenham. Well, it's interesting, to say the least. But that has wrapped up transfer deadline day. An absolutely massive 830,000 spent on transfer deadline day. Pretty hefty transfers going through in January. Usually you don't see transfers that large, but that was pretty decent. And my scout turns up with a scout report on a boy a day after the transfer window shuts. Of course he would. Why would you not? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just turn up a day late? But anyway, yeah, that's been transfer deadline day. So our squad hasn't really changed. We have got a couple of massive injury blows. This boy Castro is out, and Rabity's out for a couple of months. So that's fun. So we're playing with this Palmer boy up front, who's not too bad actually, making the most of a bad situation. But yeah, we've got a fair few number of players who've come through our youth team who are making their way through the squad quite nicely. This Silveira boy, I'm considering selling him in the summer, really, to be honest, because he's almost Premier League quality now. Like, you know, you can find Premier League goalkeepers who are like high 70s into the low 80s. So yeah, I think we could probably shift him for quite a value in the summer. And given that he's not actually that great, he's for a goalkeeper, he's decent rated, but he's not actually that great. I think it's this boy, maybe not even him. I think we might actually have another goalkeeper in our youth squad who's actually better, or who will be like coming on, and will be better at some point. This boy? Oh no, I think it's this guy, possibly. But we have, like, I've been training goalkeepers, and as you can see, we've got plenty of goalkeepers. No shortage of goalkeepers with decent potential. Lacking strikers, that's the biggest thing we've missed. Like, with all of our scouting for youth, we've come back with loads of midfielders, loads of goalkeepers, very few defenders, or they're few and far between in the defensive categories, and absolutely no strikers whatsoever. I think we had one striker who was rated pretty well, and then his rating went through the floor after a few months. So yeah, not great. We probably need a striker, to be honest, in next season or so. Karim Rabiti. Karim? Yeah, Karim. Karim Rabiti is he's doing well. Given that he's not actually technically a striker, he can play there, but he's technically a cam. But I mean, his rating's absolutely beastly. So yeah, I quite enjoy having him up top. But I think as we progress in the leagues, we're probably going to have to look at getting somebody else, at least a backup, because this boy's probably not going to be able to cut it in the next season or so. But there will be some movement. I think he might go. Arnold's getting on quite a bit. He's 30 now, so we might look at trying to get something for him. Because I don't really want him to just leave. I mean, I don't even know how long's left in his contract. He might not have that much longer. These boys have been around quite a while, but I think they're probably still good. Like, Boswick is still bossing it. Yeah, like, he's pretty decent. Like, I mean, he can play pretty much anywhere in the sort of central midfield and central part of the park. So, yeah, he's pretty good. He's also not too bad going forward either. So you could probably, anywhere in that central spine, you could probably stick him and he'd do a decent job. Yeah, we've got some decent lads coming through our youth academy who are looking like they could be doing something pretty decent in the future. We've got a couple of really good potential young centre backs back here who are also going to come or should be getting pretty good in the next few years. We will be looking for another right back because Ederle is getting on a bit here. He's 30 now, so we'll need a new right back at some stage. But that's pretty much the squad. Nothing much has changed really. So yeah, that's the squad. And when we get to summer, then there will be some changings. But not sure when the next video will be. I don't know how long it'll take me to get through this because I don't have the same time as I had before. So it's kind of like that's kind of the reason why I stopped this, was because I just wasn't finding the time to actually play it. But if I can get into it and I can play it nightly, then we should be able to rattle through. But it may not be as quickly as it was a few months ago. So it might be maybe a video every couple of weeks or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's this video. So if you enjoyed it, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new around here. And yeah, I'll catch you guys. Well, whenever the next video goes up, I'll catch you next week for something. And then yeah, whenever this video, the sequel to this or next bit. Anyway, I'll catch you at some point. So until then, cheerio.